On this edition of Outlook TV, Keenan brings us to the search for Vancouver's next drag superstar.
Gary Wolfatter finds out what it's all about being gay and gray.
And a visit to Quebec brings us closer to poutine and Russia.
And much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you LGBTQ stories from coast to coast that matter the most.
And we're going to kick off this second March episode with a scavenger hunt of sorts. Not for Easter eggs, though. Nope, it's for Vancouver's next drag superstar.
That's right. We searched high and low for the next drag superstar coming out of Vancouver, and Keenan caught us up on the wrap-up of that competition.
Hi there, we're here at Celebrities searching for Vancouver's next drag superstar, and I cannot wait to gag on all the eleganza that is here tonight. Can I get an amen, ladies? Amen! I love doing that. All right, don't forget, y'all, may the best woman win.
Vancouver's next drag superstar.
Now, what's your number you're performing tonight?
I'm performing Yellow, Coldplay's Yellow, but it's a different version that not many have heard. It's by Gem.
I'm intrigued. I'm very much intrigued. Do you make any of your own outfits or anything?
I do. I make a lot of my own outfits. These ones, I've been lucky enough to work with somebody who's been doing a lot of the work for me because there's not enough time. But I did make all my headpieces for tonight. So yeah, I did make a lot of my own costumes.
What are we gonna expect to see tonight?
I'm doing a triple mashup of a Kylie Minogue. It's gonna be really good. I've got a whole dance troupe involved, so it's gonna be my first time with that. I'm dancing a little bit on stage, so I may fall like I normally do. And then
As you should.
Well, as I should. You know, it's my signature move. You know, fall down stairwells and on dance floors.
Then it's the group number with my girls at Delicacy, Kitty, Ivana Fook, and myself. Yeah, it's going to be quite cute. We're doing Lady Marmalade. And, of course, I got cast as Little Kim because, well,
Obvious reason.
the only one with soul in the group. Everyone else is a pile of snow-ho.
Well, growing up in Texas, drag families are huge. So we find someone that we really look up to that inspires us, and we follow them, we carry their luggage, we befriend them, and we start to mold ourselves in the same footsteps. And I wish I had an opportunity to have seen RuPaul's Drag Race. It's taken drag to a whole other level. It's catapulted what we do as entertainers, and it's on television now. So I wish I would have had an opportunity to experience something other than what I seen on a daily basis in Texas. Not to discredit that, because Texas drag is one word: fierce.
About this number from someone that does choreography every day of my life. I like that.
As a little boy, I was introverted. I know that's very hard to believe, and I was very shy. So all of the things, this energy, I had to bottle it up. And drag gave me that outlet, that opportunity to every thought, every piece of imagination, creativity, or every inner feeling, I was able to bring that to the surface. And this character, you know, came to life.
The stage tonight at Celebrities was full of so much charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, but one lady outshined the rest, and that was our reigning champion, Cruella de Vag. How does this make you feel?
It's a little overwhelming, but it is a really good feeling.
Girlfriend, you love it, don't even. I
do a little bit. It's almost too overwhelming because I only started drag about a month ago, so it is very it's also new to me. So to be new and to be so loved is it's just really an honor. Yeah.
So I just have a question. Is the reason why you have your mom here for support and to kind of help you give you that little?
Yeah, she's definitely I'm the little pound cake to her, and then she's the mini one. I definitely wouldn't be here without her support, for sure. Yeah, she helps me sew my costumes. She helps me with everything. Yeah.
Shout out to Miss DeVag. Hey, how you doing?
Mama DeVag.
Hi. Now, can she give me a little kiss?
Oh yeah.
Oh. I felt sung. I really did. All right, well, I don't want to keep you from doing whatever you're doing, but it's been awesome talking to you, and you are seriously one of the most down-to-earth queens ever, and I love it. I like looking up at you. It's awesome. Have an awesome day.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Rebecca, if you are planning to read a bedtime story to someone in Russia, I'll tell you what it won't be. It won't be a book called The Blue Door. This book has been banned.
It's true. Vancouver author Robert Joseph Green's book is banned in Russia. Gary Wolfatter caught up with him to ask how he's feeling about it all.
This is Gary for OutlookTV talking to Robert Joseph Green, looking at his book, The Gay Icon Classics of the World 2.
The UBC Green College has been gracious enough to invite me to come talk about my experience in dealing with the Blue Door and the amount of hate messages that I got from Russia in my experience in the whole ordeal. The color blue in Russia is synonymous with the LGBT community, synonymous with being gay. And there was no explanation as to why, so I had some Russian friends, and I think I made a joke about pink being synonymous with gay, and that didn't register with them. And so when they told me that blue was the color that's synonymous with gay culture, I asked them why, and they couldn't answer. So I told them, let's give an answer. And so I wrote The Blue Door. It's a gay fairy tale story, so it's a love story that is about a prince who falls in love with a commoner farmhand male. It was a really tough realization that someone could be punished for something that I wrote. Writing a love story would cause someone harm, and someone was arrested for reading, an innocent fairy tale story in front of the children's library in Russia. And I just feel so badly that had happened. Our history has been erased. It's been robbed of us, and we don't have those, fairy tale stories of love and togetherness, but they actually do exist, but we don't see them. So there are some stories that are totally fictitious in nature, and some of them are based on some factual evidence that I've discovered while researching for the book.
And can you tell us about The Forbidden Scroll?
The Forbidden Scroll is based on Lucian of Samosata. He was a orator and famous debater, and he wrote Amores. He wanted to have a debate, which is greater, the love of a man or a love of a woman, based upon to men, which is greater. And he had very strong conclusive evidence that the love of a man from a man has a greater purity.
Where did the image for contemporary stories come from?
Richard Attila Lucas is a famous Canadian artist, and I saw this painting by him, and I wrote a story around it. And he read it and liked it and allowed me to use the painting for the book cover.
This is Gary for OutlookTV, suggesting that you go and read one of Robert Joseph Green's books.
Vancouver held its 43rd coronation.
That's right, another queen was crowned, and Angus Pratt was there to catch all of the glitter.
Glam is the operative word here tonight on Granville Island in downtown Vancouver as the Dogwood Monica Society gets ready to celebrate their 43rd annual Coronation Ball. Let's go check it out.
Should be calling her friends from a Mercedes Benz, but it's too late now.
A lot of things to do as vice president this year. Can you give us a little bit of behind the scenes info of what you did this year?
For sure. Well, most of it's just a lot of fundraising, a lot of having fun, and a lot of volunteer work.
Yeah, we have between 18 and 21 out-of-town courts visiting us this weekend, and the room is just packed. Some people just step down and they take a break. I've been doing this now for 25 years. I was Emperor 25 of Calgary. I moved back to Vancouver 6 years ago, and since then I've been sitting on the board of directors. I've had various titles on the board, and now Emperor of Vancouver. So I'm not planning on going away. I'm actually going to be an active member of next year's year as well. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, our candidates this year are JJ Nation for Emperor. He's also stepping down as Prince tonight, as well as Kiki Lahore and Soraya Slim Dynasty for Empress 43.
You gotta ring them bells, you gotta ring them bells, you gotta make them sing.
Well, Well, good evening, Kiki. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm very excited. We're at Coronation. Woo!
Yes, well, absolutely. Now, I understand it's a very special night for you. You got something happening. Can you tell our audience about that?
Yes. I am one of the candidates for Empress this year, which we'll find out later tonight which one will get crowned.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you so much. I can't wait.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
Monica Society always puts on a fabulous event, and it's so wonderful to be here with Corey and his guests. We're the Greater Vancouver Native Culture Society. We're 36 years old this year. I'm the current reigning chief. The purpose of our group is to fellowship with all the Two-Spirit people in the Lower Mainland. A lot of the kids come from, broken homes and reserves and that too. So rather than going on like the streets and stuff like that too, we try to offer them some comfort of you're not alone.
I understand it's a very special evening for you tonight.
It is. I'm celebrating my 25th anniversary as Empress of Vancouver.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
I know. I can't believe I'm still here.
I'm just here supporting and just to have a good time and celebrate the monarchy.
Fantastic. Now, in your year, did you travel at all? Did you go around?
Yeah, I did a lot of traveling. I actually got to hit Austin, Texas. I was in Reno, Portland. I was across Canada, Winnipeg. I was everywhere. I had a blast.
My spot is this year is the shooter bar, so I sit out here and I serve shots all night long.
This year, the DMS crowned Kiki Lahore as Empress and JJ Nation as Emperor. For Outlook TV, this is Angus Prott.
We're going to have to take a short break now, but please stay tuned.
After these messages, we've got more stories.
Okay, wait. Can you go like this? Because apparently we're not acquired. 1, 2, 3. Coronation 43, Vancouver, British Columbia. And you're watching Outlook TV.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Outlook TV.
And you are in for a treat because our executive producer brings us the next story. Fred Kemperman interviews Anthony Crossfield.
Anthony is an award-winning stylist and fashionista.
So get out those notepads and take some tips, because here's Fred.
Vancouver has the TED Talks. Well, here at Outlook TV, we have the Fred Talks. I get to talk to inspirational people in the LGBTQ community. We're here at the Union Salon. Come on in and check it out.
Well, I grew up in a small town, and I think part of it was having parents that really let me be creative and encouraged that by not having us attached to a ton of technology, no televisions, not a lot of radio around us, very select music, and we were given a huge tickle trunk, and I had 2 younger sisters with long hair, and eventually that passion for costume and fun turned into a career that brought me here today. It's like I still play with hair, I still have a tickle trunk, and I still do my sister's hair.
Anthony's hair creations came alive in New York Fashion Week.
I think one of the things about Fashion Week that I really enjoyed was just the pace of it. It's New York is loud, New York is busy, New York is pushy, and it was super, super cold, but there was still a sense of anticipation around what was going on, and to be part of it, just to be backstage even, but to be actually really being able to go through fashion blogs and seeing the work that you've done, hair pieces laid out on a table, and there's the images from what you've created. That was a real opportunity that I'm looking forward to hopefully doing more of. That was a lot of fun.
What were some of your biggest challenges?
I think one of the biggest challenges for Fashion Week was the fact that the models were coming to our show in any condition they left their last show. Some of these girls do 3 or 4 shows a day. So we get them in whatever condition they walk in the door. Dealing with a lot of gel, and we were doing a very, very sleek, sophisticated looking ponytail with sort of a touch of sport to it. Her entire show was inspired by the Year of the Horse and the 100th anniversary of Beverly Hills. So there was a real sort of Grace Kelly meets the polo match. It was a really beautiful collection. But these girls, some of them had thick hair, some of them had fine hair, some were black, blonde, brown, red. The colors all had to be matched. So one of the big challenges was matching the hair pieces to their hair just by looking at photos. We didn't get a chance to see all 34 girls. And the fact that there was 34 ponytails that all were extensions, and just getting that prepared and figuring out how to deal with each individual hair texture.
Anthony has done a lot of amazing hair creations over the years, but what does the future bring?
I really want to have a space that's very studio based, back kind of like in the days when you went to a studio, not so spa. I really want to have a place where there's a diversity, a true parlor, where there was different ages, different groups, socioeconomic status, and really a place where the mix happens. A place where young people can be inspired, where hairdressers can come and be re-inspired, a place where you can come and work and build your career and go, and we are glad to see you succeed, you know. And I think that's a big part of this business, is that people are so kick them out and knock them down. I want to be part of what's creating a good culture in this industry, and that's really what I'm doing for the future.
Are you gay and gray? I sure am. Anyway, there is a forum for you.
That's right. At the Fountainhead, those who are gay and those who are gray and those who are gay and gray got together to talk about it. And our reporter Gary was there.
We're at the Gray and Gay Forum to hear about issues facing the LGBT seniors.
I first got wind of this when we had a conversation with Alan Herbert back in December, and we were talking about his gay and gray group that he was trying to get together. We talked about some of the issues facing LGBT seniors in the community, and a lot was left unsaid after that.
This is a town forum, a town hall, which is opening the door to that discussion. I hope there will be more of them, because this issue of what it is that we actually want to see has to be A, identified, and B, prioritized.
Claire, for you, what is the biggest challenge, do you think, that LGBT seniors face right now?
I think as we age in our cohort without the support of our kids and extended families, that can be extremely challenging. Plus invisibility, both in the queer culture. Sad to say, I think the queer culture is not free from ageism, and the healthcare system is certainly not free from homophobia.
Jody has a question over there right now.
When I get into a care facility or a home, that I can experience the point of telling people about my life, of telling people about being accepted throughout my life for who I am in my body, rather than going back in the closet.
I would hope that as we get older, my husband and I are able to, if one of us needs long-term care or health care, that we can go to a facility and feel comfortable expressing our relationship, whatever that means.
We have a vision that every care home in BC has the rainbow flag at the entrance door. How can we achieve that, and what specific steps can we take as an industry association to achieve that vision?
We focused on this specific issue. How can we go into residential care homes and decrease homophobia and transphobia in these spaces that we know are really scary for older members of our community? And so the result of this 2-year project is a workshop specifically designed for care home providers, for both staff and residents, to try and create safer spaces and to start to do some of that inclusion diversity work.
A group that I belong to, we talked about whether it's co-housing, whether we live in 6-unit apartment buildings and we share. It doesn't have to be in a big group home, and not all of us want to be reliant on other people to help us. We want to be able to be independent.
And so if you're going to now put us all in a group home together, have you given thought to the ramifications of that?
I think that, again, people have different families, chosen families, and what that looks like for one individual can be very different from somebody else. Have different cultural backgrounds, and that might be a much more stronger aspect of their identity.
This is Gary Wolfeder for Outlook TV at the Gay and Gray Forum.
We're going to have to take a short break, but please do stay tuned.
We've got some cool stuff coming up right after this.
Welcome to Tomboy.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And in our next story, we answer the question, do lesbians really just stay home all the time?
Of course not. They go out to fabulous events like Tomboy.
And our reporter, Gareth C.J. Wee, checked out the hottest ladies' night on Davie Street.
Welcome to Tomboy.
Tell us more about this party. Yeah, well, this party's called Tomboy. We started about a couple months ago. It's a new girl party on Davie Street. We want to feature funny contests and burlesque. I know Man Up has their drag, and so we really wanted to showcase hot girls taking their clothes off. So, I mean, who doesn't like that?
We heard that you produced this awesome party.
Yeah, it was myself and DJ Casey Riot. We both used to work together at Lick, back at the fabled lesbian bar, Vancouver, before the Lotus Hotel closed. So we put on events there for 7 or 8 years, and then we realized that there was still a need, obviously. There always is a need for women events. I'm surprised that there isn't an event like once a week or bi-weekly or even a few times a week, because when I worked at Lick, it was open 6 days a week and we were packed every single day.
And what would you say the best part about this party is?
The best part about this party is when you come to Tomboy, you can be yourself. And I've noticed, not to bash any other parties or anything, but there's kind of like a certain way that people are, a certain stereotype. And for us, we're just about having fun and again, trying to pack a venue full of women, because we do remember a time period for the last, like, I don't know, decade, about 5 years ago. It was slammed every single night at Lick, and those people still exist. There's a lot of people here tonight that I saw, that I served when I was working in that bar, like I said, almost 10 years ago, and they're in their 40s now, but who cares, right? Because I love cougars. So.
That's awesome. What can people expect from future Tomboy parties?
Okay, so basically, at the Tomboy parties, we like to involve the crowd and we like to involve burlesque. So right now we have Lost Girls Burlesque. They've been with us for the last 3 parties. We're going to be starting to rotate them with other burlesque troupes around Vancouver to bring awareness to the local talent, and same with the DJs and just new faces. And really, like I said, coming here, we want you to come to Heaven's Door to feel like you can be yourself. And the reason why we're doing theme dress-up parties is because they just don't exist for girls only in Vancouver. And so we find it quite easy to hype it up. Yeah.
Our next story takes us all the way to Montreal, where there was a fundraiser called Poutine versus Putin.
Our reporter Vincent finds out what hot fries and cheese curds have to do with freedom and gay rights.
Could you just tell us a little bit about the event and the message you want to get across with the event?
Yeah, sure. So I organized all this event because I was really thinking it wasn't fair what's happening, what's going on now in Russia. It's targeting the kids, and this is why I'm really upset, and I want to do something about it. Because if you erase the reality to kids, they won't know that it could be normal. They won't know it could be okay.
Yeah, the anti-gay law.
Yeah, the anti-gay law.
Yeah.
So this is exactly why we are doing that stuff here. And we're having here 3 organizations that they are supporting gay people or transgender or whatever, LGBTQ.
Yeah.
So of course it's to support everybody to enjoy their uniqueness. About being free to love the person you want to love, because you just love, and it's good and it's not a bad thing.
And that's all the time we have for tonight's show, but thank you so much for joining us.
We had an action-packed March, and please be in touch with stories that we can include in our April show.
And in the meantime, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and come volunteer for us.
I'm Dan Doomshaw.
I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And this is Outlook TV.
Stay fabulous, Canada.